Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Friday, the 13th of October. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, Friday, going a little bit on the quieter side. So we've had a 21.50, a 27.50, and we've got an 18.50 for Friday. So we're going a smidge under a full day stake. Similar ballpark. I got 9 races, 12 selections, so similar to how it's been the last couple of days, but the prices on average are quite a bit shorter. And so on that basis, the single stakes are much, much lower. So at 18.50 stake, 3 bets. There's an each way Canadian, a Yankee, split leg Yankee, and a combination double. That is it. And as kind of where it was the gig on Thursday, I'm not necessarily giving selections in all of the races that everybody might look at first off. So there's certain races where there's some decent field sizes. If I haven't got a feel for it, I'm not going to put it out there. I've got to hit certain thresholds that I'm working on for the channel. So there are some shorter ones in by my standards, some sort of 7s, 8s, 15 to 2s, I think. But they are just on the cusp of the channel threshold, so they are there. But for those of you who like lots and lots of double figure horses, not quite the day for it for me on Friday. So before we do that, we've got to go through Thursday. Lo and behold, Thursday was a profit, as was Friday, as was Wednesday. I think that's the first time in 7 weeks, albeit there's been a few breaks in service, but first time in 7 weeks we've gone consecutive videos with a profit. So I think it's fair to say, I think given how it's gone the last couple of days and Tuesday's comment selections, and we had good one Friday last week, we are firmly in a period of time where I would describe it as we are knocking on the door or even rattling the bookmaker's door. The question is, when we're in a little bit of form, can we or I convert? And what was the answer to that question on Friday? Not quite, no. So I had enough stuff. I had 12 selections or 13 selections, I think it was. 3 winners, all in different bets, advised originally at 25s with the hefty rule 4, a 16s and a 10s, all different bets, albeit Chelmsford, we had a 10-1 winner with 2 very close seconds. So yeah, definitely a rattly the door day. So profit channel was about £5. If you were 365 or Sky, you should do better than that. So let me talk you through. So this wasn't bad at all, but unfortunately just ended up with Ducotto on its own. So Sing On Glaze was close, but I think it was 7th and we needed 5th. Sky would have done 6th if anyone was Sky, but 7th we needed 5th. Ducotto, 35p rule 4 deduction, which basically puts it roughly about down to 16-1. It SP'd at 9s. One just nicely, cosily in the end, managed to get up near the end. So that was a nice winner. But sadly, nothing else with it. So Katie's Magic wasn't great. But if you watch what happened at the Curragh on Thursday, there was 3 big field handicaps on the straight course. So the 5, 6, 7 furlong races. 3 of them, if you actually did a straw poll and took the top 6 finishers in each one, that's 18 horses. So the top 6 in each of those 3 handicaps, 18 horses, 2 were in single figure draws. So it was absolute domination from a high draw. And on that 3 o'clock, I liked the prices, but as turned out, I was on the wrong side of the draw. So both my horses were drawn shorter. So some will say, well, they're just big prices, they weren't very good. I would say they would have fared much, much better on a higher side of the draw. The highest draw dominates. 16 out of 18 horses in the front 6 of those 3 handicaps were double figure draws. And then Blackberry Jack was 4th, which would have been good enough, but there was lots of non-runners. Sky paid it, and 365, if you put the bet on before a lot of the non-runners came out, 365 would have paid out for that as well. So you would have got a place double with a bit extra on the place single back as well. So we've been better for that, and also if you were 365 or Betfred and you get in bonuses because you get, if there's one winner in Lucky 15, and you were doing it like that, then that would have fared better as well. Channel, we do Yankees, but if you have got 365 Betfred, that those bookmakers that do Lucky 15 bonuses, it is advisable to do it that way because it's a bit of a no-brainer, and bake in some of your singles. So that was that. So a nice winner with nothing for most. And then bet two, talked about the draw there. That went out with a really nice winner. Went to the front and stayed there. Great ride. I think it was Paul Mulrennan. Really, really solid ride. Tassayad, yeah. I mean, I think it was an okay horse, but yeah, as expected, the student jockeys as was the ones with the most experience finished out ahead. So no good there. And then Highlighter. Was one of two horses we had yesterday that literally stopped running halfway, so something went a bit awry with that one. I think it was well tailed off. So Be Proud on its own with a single, and that was it. Then we had the combination double, no good first leg, didn't matter, Roman Dynasty was a close second after drifting. And then again, if you were on a bog bookie, you probably would have done better here. So Roman Dynasty, I think it drifted to 16s, I think it was second, 16 to 1, to much better price than the Channel. Cry Havoc wasn't good enough. Hurricane Kiko was the other one that went awry, that stopped running halfway. And then the next two, one very, very close second, Cuban Breeze, and then Jamara Bridge went into 5 to 1 and won nicely. Just, well, it's really helpful when they do exactly what I say they're going to do. So, I think my dishwasher's just beeped. All the excitement's going off here. The annoying thing is I think it just keeps beeping, so I'm just going to crack on even though it's going to beep at me. Jamara Bridge, yeah, great when it happens like you say it's going to happen. So yeah, they went really, really fast pace, and that one came from off the pace and up the railing, nice winner. So decent return there. So we had a place treble on one Yankee and a place double on the other with the single on Jamara Bridge. So that is bet 4. So all in all, it was 27.50 on, and what Do Flag said, it was 26.50 yesterday. Alan very helpfully pointed out, miscalculated on one bet. So it was 27.50 was the stake, 32.74 was what we got back for the Channel, so £5 profit. You chuck that into how we got on Wednesday, we put up 27 for the week, 31 for the month. So happy enough to be starting nicely after such an awful September. So let's see if we can keep hold of that, because it's a nice positive place to be. Hopefully no one's going to get carried away though, right? So yes, it's been good the last few days. I mean, the 3 out of the last 4 videos we've won, and the comments in between times have been pretty good as well. So it's a nice little week, but we need a lot more than a nice little week after how it's gone. So please don't get carried away and think it's going to be an epic weekend and let's get stuck in and double your stake. That's not how it works. Just go slow and steady, and if you are feeling like you can afford to bet a little bit more, then that's when you might go 5% increase. If you're betting 50p, bet 55p. It makes no sense to just suddenly double stuff, right? That's not how inflation works, is it? Like, imagine if everything suddenly cost twice as much. If the interest rates went up, that would be a nuts way of doing an economy. That would be equally a nuts way of doing your economy of betting. So if you are in a place where you want to increase what you do it by small percentages. Don't just suddenly like double it or increase it by 50% or whatever it is, because that's not how maths works in other places. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so on to Friday's plan. We've got, I think I was going to flag about Friday, nothing at Newmarket. I went through it all. There's a lot of younger horse races, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling it at all. So Friday will definitely be getting involved in Newmarket. Zazarovich is on, really big field race. But Friday, Newmarket didn't like it, left it. So we've got the turf bet is this for Friday. So we've got 5 here. 210 Chepstow, way out 20 is quite like that price. That is a nice price. I would have that about 11s or 12s. So I think it's a decent enough price to get involved in. If you're quick enough, you can get 25s or 365. Then we go 323 Chepstow, Margaret's Legacy 10 to 1, and the flag here. There's no extra places on those front two. Then we've got a shorty 433 Chepstow, quite a few bookies paying 4. Chance of Tune at 7s. Then we've got 2 at York to finish the bet. 5 o'clock Shala Asker 16s, and the 5:35 Riot, which has been in a few times in our staking plan, at 11s. So we've got a 10p each way Canadian or Super Yankee, depending on your bookmaker. So that's 10p each way, doubles, trebles, 4 folds and a 5 fold. It makes 26 bets, so 26 times 10p each way. It's a 520 stake. We've then got two 50p win singles on the middle prices. So that's Margaret's Legacy and Riot, 50p win singles. And the bigger ones, 50p each way singles, Way Out and Shala Asker. That should take you to 820 for the bet. Sky are winning out here because they are an extra place. I think it's on these bottom York ones. Then we've got 365, Paddy or Coral, a joint second best. And then behind that, Betfair, Betfred, Betway, Unibet. That is where you might want to be aiming. Hills, not good for my bets for Friday, so I avoid Hills. And just because I haven't said it for a while, the one bookmaker that is quite a big one, but if for my sort of betting, of the mainstream bookmakers, avoid Bet Victor like the plague. It's not where you want to place bets that I put out on this channel. They are so poor at extra places compared to the vast majority of other bookmakers. So they might be good for other things. I don't have a Bet Victor account, but when I check through everything, they are always less favourable on Odds Checker. So yeah, I don't use Bet Victor. Never have, and unless it changes, never will. All right, there we've got combo double. So I've got 5 o'clock York, Shala Asker, and I've added in Looking for Linda. So it's not the big field race, not the 5:35 York, it's the 5 o'clock York. I prefer Shala Asker 16th, Looking for Linda at 15-2. And then I've picked out, this is my slightly favoured Dundalk race, 6:15, Jafal at 25s and Giuseppe Cassioli at 11s. 4 times 25p each way doubles. And I've added a single here because Jafal's not in my all-weather bet. So 25-1 each way, 25p each way single at 25-1 for Jafal. Sky Best because they're offering 5 places there. No other bookmaker is, and then everyone else is a much of a muchness. But yeah, you might want to look for a bookie like 365, Paddy Coral, Ladbrokes giving you best price guaranteed, so you can get on those shorter ones. It might be more useful. That's 250. And then the all-weather bet for the evening is this. 5:45 Dundalk. I've split-legged it between Exquisite Acclaim at 8 and Mere Accountant at 10s. Then we've got the 6:15 Giuseppe Cassioli that's in the combo doubles. And then we've got 2 bigger prices at the end. 7:15 Dundalk, Shining H. To be honest, yeah, I would say that's absolutely edges it a tiny bit, but that actually would be my value for the day, which gives you a bit of an inkling. So I've got a couple of bigger prices, but in terms of the movement in there, in terms of that should be single figures Shining H. That's just slightly not the biggest price, but it is my value for the day. 16s, and then 8 o'clock Newcastle. We're going to go try Top Gun Tina at 25-1. 2 times 10p each way Yankees, so same as the day before. Exquisite Acclaim on those 3, and then Mere Accountant on those 3, so 2 separate 10p each way Yankees. And then we've got 2 50p win singles on the middle prices, Mere Accountant and Giuseppe Cassioli, so 50p win singles. And then the bottom 2 is our sort of saver bit really, 2 times 50p each way singles, so the bigger prices, so we're putting each way on those, and a 20p each way double, which rounds it up to £18.50, otherwise it would be £18.10. So we've added in a little double there to end. As much as I'm not doing whole amounts like I did before, I want to end everything at least on a 50p. So it's £18.50. So Sky win out here. Sky are good for these Dundalk races. You're getting 5 in most of them. And then it's 365 Coral or Ladbrokes. So that's 365 Coral or Ladbrokes joint second. And 5th best bookie is Unibet. So those are the 5 you want to aim yourself towards. Because there's a couple of these where there is a little bit of extra play sensitivity. That is 780 a bet. Okay, that is those. And then what I've got that update on the golf. Just going to check there. Check what's the live scoring. Any movement in there? No. So in the golf, we've had 2 in the Open d'Espagne. We had a cracking start from Matthew Pavon, who is round 1 leader. So that's a nice place to be after round 1. Last week we had Norlander, I think was second after round 1, and he held it, but there's no guarantees. It's competitive golf, and just because you're leader after round 1 does not mean you're still going to be leader at the end of round 4. So we'll see how he goes. And then we had Zanotti, who sort of a bit more middly pack really. And then in the States, in the Shriners Children's Open, Nothing special really. Harry Hall's 1 under, which is definitely better than average, but not close enough to the frame at the moment. And then we've got Naismith and Buckley out tonight, who have started okay. There's nothing special. They're about mid-pack at the moment, so they haven't blown it at least. So we've got one in the run-in, and then we've got 4 others that are still in there, but they're not very close, I would say. So that is that. Update for you: there still won't be freebets.com this week, so there's still some challenges there. It's not. I haven't got loads of stuff to update you on. It can't happen this week. So hopefully the weekend after we should be back on there. It's not like some sort of like conspiracy theory, like some sort of weird drawn out contract in case you're looking for it. It's not that. There's just some technical challenges. It's not. There's not some sort of disagreement or anything like that. It's just it's not happening. So I'd like to do one, but they're not able to upload at the moment. So so there's no free bets. So what that means is the only vid from me will be my regular video for Saturday, and because I'm not doing a free bets video Friday night, well I say Friday night, it uploads Saturday morning, but I make it Friday night. There's a chance I might do Saturday's video as an upload for Friday night. I'll see, and I'll update you tomorrow night and let you know whether it's going to be tomorrow night or it'll be Saturday morning. Some debate on that one. I'll see where I get to in life and time and everything else about what I think is possible on that one. And I'll do my very, very best before I make that video to update all the tips to league stuff, so we know where we're at. So still need to catch up completely from the last 2 weeks, and I want to go through everything as well, and then I can give you the update of where we're at, who won last week, and also if I take out the first week, which is our tester week, actually who was top of the pops for September as well. I haven't actually worked that out yet, so actually who was top rank for September, so we'll do that. Alright, I think that is me for tonight. I will see you on the next video, possibly Saturday morning, possibly Friday night. I'll come back to you on that one. Anywho's, stay well, stay safe, see you on the other side, bye bye.